Mark Zuckerberg, the man who rewired the world. The boy who didn't fit in. Mark Zuckerberg wasn't born with a crown on his head, a team behind him, or a plan to become one of the most powerful people in the digital world. He was born in White Plains, New York, a shy, introverted kid who struggled to fit into social groups. While other kids bonded over sports dances and parties, Mark was drawn to something the world didn't yet understand: code. He wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the loudest, and he wasn't the leader in the classroom. Mark was the boy who sat quietly at the back and scribbled ideas for software on the corner of his notebook. And because he didn't fit into most social circles, he built his own universe, one line of code at a time. While kids laughed at his interest in computers, Mark told himself one day, "This thing everyone ignores will change the world." This is the story of how he made that happen. The gift that sparked a revolution. At age 10, Mark's parents gifted him something that would redefine his destiny: a simple, outdated computer. But what Mark saw was not a machine. He saw a door. A door out of normal. A door into possibility. Most kids use computers for games. Mark used it to create. He taught himself basic programming, breaking things, fixing things, learning faster than anyone around him could understand. By 12, he built Zucknet, a messaging system to connect computers inside his house. His father used it in his dental office to communicate with reception. Imagine that, a 12-year-old building something adults had never even imagined. The world didn't know it yet, but this boy had just taken his first step toward building the largest communication network in human history. Curiosity becomes obsession. Teenage Mark wasn't chasing friends, fashion, or popularity. He was chasing possibilities. He fell in love with programming like artists fall in love with paint. He stayed up late, slept late, skipped parties, and preferred the glow of his screen over the noise of the outside world. Some people said he was too obsessed. But obsession is the raw material of greatness. While others were living their teenage years, Mark was building the foundation of his empire silently, carefully, passionately. Harvard, the door of destiny opens. When Mark Zuckerberg entered Harvard, he was already known as a prodigy programmer. But Harvard wasn't the dream, it was the opportunity. At Harvard, he discovered something different. People. Society. Connection patterns. He wasn't studying students, he was studying how they interacted, how they built relationships, what they admired, and what they hid. Mark began to realize something powerful. Human connection was broken, and technology could fix it. But fate had one more gift for him, and it was wrapped in controversy. The scandal that made him famous. One night, bored, frustrated, and looking for a challenge, Mark built FaceMash, a website that compared student photos side by side. In a few hours, Harvard exploded. Thousands of students visited the site. Mark became famous and infamous overnight. The university punished him. Students hated him. Administrators questioned him. But Mark learned something incredible that night. People want to connect. People want to be seen. People want to feel close even from far away. FaceMash was wrong in method, but right in insight. It planted the seed for what was coming next. The birth of the Facebook. The idea was simple but groundbreaking. What if the entire college could connect online? What if relationships, friendships, and communities could live digitally? Mark and his roommates Dustin Moskovitz, Chris Hughes, and Eduardo Saverin launched the Facebook from their tiny dorm room. No fancy office. No investors. No safety net. Just belief. Within 24 hours, hundreds of Harvard students joined. Within a month, other universities begged to join. Within a year, millions dreamed of being part of it. Mark realized something. He wasn't building a website. He was building a new world. The hardest decision: drop out. Mark stood at a crossroads that most people fear. Harvard degree, traditional success. Facebook, uncertainty, risk, criticism, chaos. His parents were scared. His professors called him foolish. His friends were divided. But Mark had already seen the future glowing through the lines of code on his screen. And sometimes to build the extraordinary, You must sacrifice the ordinary. Mark dropped out, moved to Silicon Valley, and decided to go all in. The storm begins. With success came pressure. With growth came enemies. With attention came war. Legal battles hit him. Founders fought him. Companies tried to crush him. Investors doubted him. Every day became a battlefield, every headline, every deal, every decision. At 20 years old, he was leading a company growing faster than he could breathe. But Mark didn't bend, didn't break, didn't stop. Because inside he knew, the world needs this, and I'm the only one who can build it. The turning point, when Facebook almost died. Few people know this. Facebook almost collapsed. Servers couldn't handle traffic. Money was running out. Employees were burning out. Competitors were circling like sharks. Even Silicon Valley doubted the college kid. Then something legendary happened. Peter Thiel invested $500,000. A lifeline. But money wasn't enough. Mark spent nights in the office, sleeping next to computer racks, rewriting code, rebuilding systems, fighting to keep Facebook alive. This wasn't genius. This was grit. And grit saves companies when genius fails. The rise nobody expected. By 2008, Facebook had become unstoppable. Millions joined every week. Nations adopted it. Presidents used it. Movements grew inside it. Mark, the introvert who struggled to fit in as a child, had built something the whole world now fit inside. But success didn't shield him. It attacked him. The world turns against him. With great power comes great responsibility and even greater criticism. Governments blamed Facebook. Media accused Facebook. Society questioned Facebook. Every mistake became a storm. Every update became a controversy. Mark faced hearings, lawsuits, public embarrassment, and global pressure. He could have stepped down. He could have escaped. He could have sold everything. But he didn't. Because behind the CEO was the same 10-year-old boy in front of that old computer, stubborn, curious, hungry. Reinvention, the birth of Meta. While the world criticized the present, Mark was thinking of the future. He saw something nobody else could see yet. A new internet. A new reality. A new world. The metaverse. People laughed. Experts mocked him. Stocks crashed. Investors panicked. But Mark didn't start to be understood. He started to build. And you can't build the future while chasing approval. Failure, loss, and unshakable vision. The biggest crash of his career hit him. Meta lost billions. Everyone said he was finished. But Mark didn't slow down. He cut costs, rebuilt teams, restructured Meta, advanced AI, invested in VR, rewrote the future of communication. He turned pain into power, something all great creators do. Because setbacks are not signs to stop. They are signs to rise. The comeback story. 2023 to 2025 became the years of the comeback. Meta's AI models exploded. Instagram and WhatsApp grew faster than ever. The metaverse slowly began taking shape. And Zuckerberg went from the guy who failed to the guy who is building the next era of technology. Mark proved something big. People will judge your present, but they will understand you only in the future. The final lesson: build, even when no one believes. Mark Zuckerberg's struggle isn't about money, fame, or power. It's about this. A shy kid who didn't fit in used his loneliness to connect the entire world. He turned criticism into fuel. He turned setbacks into stepping stones. He turned obsession into innovation. He turned doubt into destiny. His story teaches one thing: if you believe in your vision enough to sacrifice everything for it, you can change the world even if the world laughs first.